Welcome to a spark of awareness. We live in a time where we are constantly being stimulated, prompted by systems, by algorithms, by AI. But when we outsource our answers, we slowly give away our authority, our inner voice, our self-mastery. Conscious leadership has no shortcut, no hack, and it can only begin from within. It is the courage to stop escaping and to sit with what's alive and present inside, even when it's very uncomfortable. But that's where growth is. And this podcast is a space for that. This podcast is an evolution. And every week, I will share a 15-minute human prompt, live, non-performative. It is a moment of reflection drawn from my work in conscious leadership, from the journeys of the leaders I coach and accompany, and from what is moving in a collective film of what is humanity and leadership. I am Sophie Vaux, a conscious leadership coach and guide of transformation. I support leaders who are crossing the threshold right now from the old system of leadership, a legacy, into a deeper, more conscious way of being. If the traditional model no longer resonates, know that you are not alone, and that is your weekly practice. This is your time with your inner world. This is your weekly spark of awareness. Welcome. Welcome to a new episode of A Spark of Awareness. So, today I want to touch on the concept of the mask. The mask that we're wearing, the mask that you are wearing, because we are all wearing a mask, and that's how we live in society, that's how we form as an individual. And I'll give a bit of context of what the mask is and where it comes from. So today you get a bit more of awareness about what shapes you and what shapes your identity and your leadership. Very young age, we have some situations that can be stressful for the nervous system, for what the body could handle when we were 3-4 years old. And we had also several situations where maybe there's a parent, there's a teacher, there's somebody telling us that we're not lovable as is, we're not safe as is, If, for example, you're too shy, you're introvert, you're not talking too much, something is wrong with you. Or if you are not smart, you're dumb, you're not going to succeed in life, you're not going to be okay. If you're overweight, nobody will like you. So all those little critique shape very young age what, as a child, the only thing we know what to do at this age is to adapt. So we are belonging, so we feel safe, right? I will remind here what are the core wounds and needs that we have as humans. At the very core, one is to feel safe. Second is to feel seen, recognized. And third is to feel connected, to belong. And when those core human needs are threatened by the situation, the environment, that's when we adapt. And that's when we change who we are, our authentic self, to wear that mask. And so some of the masks, I will give an example. The mask could be the mask of the nice girl. No, I will not be angry. I'm never angry. I'm going to be nice. I will please people. My role is to be nice, keep harmony. Or another mask could be, I'm going to be a rebel. I'm going to reject any form of authority and power because this is wrong, this is bad, it did me wrong. So I'm just going to be anti-anything. Another mask. The mask is to be the smart one. I know everything and I will be safe, I will be okay if I know. So I comprehend the world by just controlling and knowing everything. Because if I control, I'll be safe. So those masks formed at a very young age, and they were very helpful. They were very helpful to protect us from the painful reality that our brain and our body at that time could not handle because we were young. And the limiting thing later as an adult is when those still keep operating in you when you are an adult and they are no longer serving you. Don't make sense. And so that's when it's time to question. It's time to examine them. First step is awareness, and second is choice. Do I choose to keep that mask, but I know why now? Or do I let go of that mask? So spend your time for yourself today, reflecting back. What are the masks I'm wearing? And I love those masks today because they give me safety, they make me loved. They are so good, so comfortable, but they're not me. And I give examples of masks that some leaders wear very well. They love their mask because it makes them belong, but deep down they know it's not them. The mask of, for example, the bro tech leader, tech bro leader, it's a mask. Because when you wear that mask, you will belong, you'll be part of a group, you'll be okay. But I know, talking to some of those tech bros, that's not how they behave with the family, that's not how they behave with the children, but they're a bit confused between that mask and who they really are. I have the other mask for the women, the independent one. I don't need anyone. I don't need a man. I don't need anyone to tell me what to do because I'm enough. So that kind of over-independence, it's great to have achieved independence, freedom, building a company, building a form of financial success. But what it does, it isolates. It closes your heart. It closes your heart from love, from genuine love, from being helped by others. So all those masks, they are great until they reach their limit. And you know when you've reached the limit because you know deep down, I followed the script, I followed the protocol, and here I am, not feeling fully fulfilled, not fully feeling fully myself. And the mask I have worn, there are so many. Don't even know where to start. But the mask of a rebel, oh yeah, I have worn it because that was the mask of my father. The identity, anti-communist, anti-power, anti-authority. So something that he taught me so well by being against the authority, against the government, even after living in France where with a lot of privileges, it turned against him because I was also shaped to be against authority, including his own. You can see how silly that is and absurd. But it led me later to be anti-authority to the leadership, the management, to my boss, to maybe great collaborators, to government, or to teachers. And it limited my growth, it limited my authentic self. So I had to examine that and say, okay, Sophie the rebel, you've done well. That's what helped you push through all the moments where somebody could have abused of you with power. And it's still there in you, but you don't need that mask anymore to just reject every form of authority. You can embody that authority and you can also respect other forms of authority who are there for a reason. It's to protect, to set boundaries. And you can discern what is an abuse of power and what is a needed form of authority, a natural form of authority. Another mask is the mask of over-independence. Oh yeah, I've been there. And women, I see you. I see you because I've been there. And at some point, I've been feeling so hurt, betrayed by men. And mostly the first and main man that hurt me the most is my father. So I was really distrusting men, despising at some point as well. And then I built that over independence where I'm gonna need nobody, no man, and I'm gonna be great. And I had to go inward, I had to heal that part of me. So I had a bit more balance and integrate and collaborate more with men now today. I'm so proud of the sisterhood I have built with Orin. But right now, it has evolved to an energy that is more inclusive than exclusive. That, okay, we're going to build that superpower group of women where we don't need men. That's not the energy I have with it anymore. What I want and what I feel right now is, yes, we need the safe space for women to do their work, but as they do their work and reclaim their whole power and their whole self, they don't need to protect and be just among sisters anymore. They can also be in harmony with men again. And that's my goal. So, yeah, that's the theme for today. It's quite a short episode, but what I would like to offer is work that I started to do is to examine what's in our shadows. I talked last week about the survival patterns, and this week I'm talking about the mask. And each week is going to hold its insights for you for reflection, and always to be confronted with a choice. What do I do now? And if you are confronted with your mask and want to make a step forward, as I shared before, the work is beyond the mind, because those deprogramming, they are not going to go away just by thinking hard about it or by having a good wish. They are going to transform into something else with deep somatic work, with deep body work. And that's what we do sometimes in Journey with Plant Medicine, where we go back to the event that generated that mask. And it's not from yesterday, it's from 20, 30 years ago when we were very young that you could barely remember. And we go and reprogram that event. And that's the power of working with plant medicine in a sacred way, in a respectful way, in a structured way that I started to develop. And I'm going to share more of the science of it with a very experienced teacher and shaman, Omar, that I've been working with. And we're developing our offers and services in Europe because it has already been bigger in other parts of the world. Of course, in Latin America, where it comes from, but here we are building the bridge to consciousness. So if that resonates with you and you want to go a level deeper, I'll see you on August 11 for a workshop, and we'll talk more about that in a deep dive. So I'm inviting you now for a short meditation. Close your eyes and connect with your body, and feel the chair, the bench, wherever you're sitting right now, the sensation of your sitting. Where are your hands? Where are your feet? Are they on the ground? What's your environment right now? And as you're taking note of what's happening outside of you, go now little by little inside of you and connect with what's inside. And so connect slowly with your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And keep breathing and connecting slowly to your core. And keep breathing and notice the pace of your breathing. And feeling all the sensation in your body and how your body is moving with your breathing. Where your breathing is moving throughout your body. Where does the air go? Where are you breathing out? And if you are having any thoughts right now, just observe the thoughts and breathe in. And let go of that thought, breathe out. And stay connected to your breathing and your body. Breathing in, breathing out. And slowly at your pace, you can start and reopen your eyes and just observe the environment around you, the senses, how you're feeling inside, and stay with that energy and hold on to it for a little longer after this episode. Thank you, and I'll see you on August 11th for the webinar. And until then, reflect on your mask. Have a great week. Thank you for tuning in into this weekly reflection, the weekly spark of awareness. After this episode, I invite you to take a few moments with yourself, even just 15 minutes, to sit with what resonated, to breathe, and to notice what is shifting inside. This is a practice, a discipline of presence, truth, and self-connection. If this work speaks to you, I accompany leaders in one-on-one journeys and group experiences of transformation, supporting them as they cross the threshold into a truer and freer way of leading and living. If you feel called to explore this path, I would love to hear your story, and let's connect. Sending you love and courage, and have a great week ahead. This is my spark of awareness.